Hi, I'm Pastor Tom Eggebrecht here for another ministry moment to help your ministries move forward according to God's will. In this first of a 5-part series, we want to help you reinvigorate your ministry at the start of this calendar year. Let's kick it off by talking about ways we can reinvigorate worship. Now, let me be clear. Worship in and of itself needs no reinvigoration. It is God condescending to serve us through word and sacrament. But sometimes sinful human beings need to be reinvigorated for worship. That's what we'll talk about today. We see it all around us, maybe you see it at your church too, declining attendance in worship services, fewer young people and children, and sometimes lax attitude by members can have a negative impact on bringing people into the doors of a church for worship. The holidays are over and some people may see worship as less than a priority. So here are some thoughts to help reinvigorate the things outside of the liturgy that are under your control. First, when was the last time you spruced up your nave or worship space? Now might be a good time to bring in new and appropriate art, create new banners, paint and clean up the sanctuary, or polish the items on the altar. At one congregation I served, I discovered that the young woman who always literally sat in the back row for Saturday evening worship services was an art teacher. So I asked her to create a star that would grace the front wall of the church during Advent and Christmas. She created an incredibly beautiful piece that is still in use to this day. Second, the start of a new year is a good time to see what you can do to infuse musicians and musical variety into the service. Put the word out that you're looking for people to serve in a musical way. Recruit soloists to sing. Put together a small ensemble to accompany hymns. See if there's someone in the congregation who wants to dust off their old trumpet or guitar and use it to bring glory to God through music. If you don't have them already, create or produce items to help involve children in the service. Go to the Synod's website at lcms.org and download the free resource, Kids in the Divine Service, which teaches children about the various seasons of the church year and parts of the liturgy. Or get children's bulletins to hand out at each service. In fact, just this past Sunday, our grandchildren loved working through the activities on one of these little inserts, and it brought them right into the midst of word and sacrament worship. At the very least, think through ways you can engage children and families in ways that will draw them into the divine service. And finally, provide for meaningful fellowship opportunities before and after worship. Coffee and donuts are one thing, but what about providing a full breakfast before worship once a month, or a themed luncheon every quarter? These opportunities give people a special way to get to know one another better, create deeper relationships, and even help them discover ways they can better serve their fellow believers. Who knows what may be birthed out of such experiences? Put a few of these ideas into practice and you may see a forgiven family of believers renewed spiritually and refreshed emotionally, making them ready, willing, and able to invite and welcome others to worship at your church. If you'd like to think through more ways you can reinvigorate your church and congregation this year, we're here to help. Simply connect with your LCEF District Vice President or email us at ministry.solutions@lcef.org.